It's a modern titan, and that is no exaggeration, I fear. You see, the thing with these platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the like, is that they all hold the power to spark either the worst or the absolute best in people. For example, you could go viral, you could get brand opportunities and find thousands of people who parasocially adore you. Or you could get doxxed, threatened, manipulated, and bullied all at the same time. That is on a large scale, however. Social media affects us every day in a multitude of tiny ways. It changes the way we think, it changes the way we act, it influences our spending habits and our perception of politics, pop culture, and, perhaps most effectively, it influences our perception of ourselves. Many argue that social media allows us to connect and share art and ideas, and that it is ultimately a good thing. And I used to agree. However, when I roll out of bed in the morning and look at my phone that is constantly beaming information to me like the Eye of Sauron, I find that I don't like this anymore. I'm in my self-improvement era. Another term coined from social media, drinking water, going for runs, and the main thing I hear is A, to sleep more, and B, that it's that damn phone that is the problem. And as much as it pains me to admit that my parents were correct, they actually have a point. Now, I actually don't use Instagram. I couldn't tell you what my Snap score is either, but I look around me at my peers and the way that they use these platforms, and I have come to the conclusion that I am not missing out on anything. American singer, comedian, and strange man who's been haunting my Spotify Wrapped since I was 13 years old, Bo Burnham makes an excellent commentary about this kind of thing. He prompts us to consider why apps like Snapchat exist. He goes on to explain that technology companies often are focused on giving children and teenagers what they want, not what they need. Now, some days I would like nothing more than to roll out of bed and eat an entire tub of ice cream while scrolling on my phone, but that is not what I need. And I would certainly feel awful afterwards, not just from the ice cream overdose, but from staring at a screen all day. Studies have shown time and time again that social media is harmful to the developing teenage brain. We know this. We just don't care. It is in the same sense that those who struggle with other addictions know that smoking, vaping, drinking 3 cans of Red Bull before work every morning is bad, but they either don't want to or can't care. And that makes a lot of sense when you look at the teenage brain and how we handle impulse control. Heck, we even have a whole decisionary, sensible bit of our brain that is missing until we're 25. The Australian government has banned social media for those who are under the age of 16, and the New Zealand Parliament is looking to do the same thing. And this seems like the right thing to do, right? Social media is the problem, so if you remove access to social media, problem solved. Not quite. In my opinion, this hypothetically works until suddenly you turn 16 and you have no idea how to moderate your own screen time or how to engage with these platforms in a safe way. That is not mentioning that many children on the internet lie about their age on these platforms. So actually moderating these platforms and trying to decide who is at the legal age and who is not is an extremely difficult task. Companies already fail to enforce these regulations. Most social media platforms have a minimum age of 13 years old. However, there is no actual way to verify your identity when signing up for these platforms. For example, on TikTok, you only need to put in your birth date as above the age of 13 and you're allowed in. No verification of your identity needed. While social media has many benefits, when we are talking about examples of these benefits, we are unconsciously talking about how they benefit adults. Yes, social media is great for strengthening connections. Yes, it is a place to share your creative endeavours. It is also a way to keep in touch with relatives and for stalking people who you used to go to high school with. But those who are still in high school, they are the ones who are being manipulated by these companies and are thrown into a world that seemingly runs on social media from a very young age. Where I'm going with this is that social media cannot be a net positive if it negatively impacts such a large percentage of its users. young people and teenagers, and sometimes even children who shouldn't even be on social media in the first place. The question that every single person with access to the internet faces is to love social media or to leave it. Essentially, picking between dependency on a system that is designed to keep you addicted, to get you to buy things from advertisements, set up to be monetizable, and not beneficial to your overall well-being, or to have a large part of our modern global system that the world relies on every single day essentially abandoned in your day-to-day existence, which is isolating. At the end of the day, it is social media. I think that in order to achieve happiness, balance is required. I want to see art and music and video essays and learn about other people and what they like and share what I like and my opinions and my thoughts and connect with people. I want to see the weird reels that my friend keeps posting of the praying mantis that we co-parent that I low-key abandoned. But the truth is, it is hard to find that balance. We were raised on the internet, it babysat us, it educated us, and now it judges us. It told us who to be, what to wear, how to pose, what side of our face is better. It rewards those who conform to the algorithm and punishes those who don't. And when the feed never ends, when the likes don't hit the same, and when the noise becomes too much, what are we left with? It's not about deleting every app or smashing your phone, it's about reclaiming your time, choosing when to log in and when to just be. I think that the real revolution, especially for young people, is not going viral, it's not becoming a famous influencer, and it's not about how many likes you get on your post. It's about being okay with not being seen. It's doing things that no one will ever post about, and it's living outside of the lens. Social media will always be here, but so will your art, your friends, your thoughts. It is important to log off sometimes. It is important to be boring and to be real, not the social media platform. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the good stuff actually is.